Hello and welcome to this mystery shopper training for Anytime Fitness Enquiry Mystery Shops. My name is Nick McClanahan and it's my job to step you through what's required to be a mystery shopper for these Anytime Enquiry Mystery Shops. So I'll just share my screen now and let's get started. Okay, so an important note before you start. If you are an existing member of one of the Anytime Fitness clubs that we assign you, or you have inquired with this club or one of the clubs before, you are not eligible to do that mystery shop. Please notify our team and we will look at allocating you a different client instead, or potentially a different batch of Anytime mystery shops. So the client is Anytime Fitness, and they are the largest fitness club chain in Australia with over 500 clubs. Your role as a mystery shopper is vital in giving feedback on the experience of prospective members, both what the teams are doing well and what they can improve upon. Now, before you start, this is very important. You will need to save the phone numbers for every club that you've been allocated in your phone under the correct club name. You need to do this for two reasons. It stops you from getting confused about which clubs you are calling or receiving calls from. And also you will use screenshots on your phone to clearly show when calls were made or not made, and when calls were missed or not missed from what clubs. Once you get confirmed this mystery shop, refer to your confirmation email to ensure you have the correct club location and details saved in your phone. All right, so the details of your mission. You are going to inquire at the club either via a phone inquiry or a web inquiry. We will tell you what kind of inquiry it is. When you speak to the staff member, they should lead you through a series of questions to find out more about you and then proceed to invite you to come into the club. If the staff member invites you in, you're going to make an appointment to go into the club the following working day, and then you're going to not show up to that appointment and record what follow-up you receive after you don't show up. All right, so the report. Once you've finished your mystery shop, we will ask you to fill in an online questionnaire about your experience. If you've mystery shopped for us before, this will be really familiar. When you hit submit on your mystery shopping report, you will receive a confirmation email immediately after you hit submit, and that's how you can be sure and confident that we've got your report. Your report comes directly through to our quality assurance team, who will quality check your report. If anything is unclear or missing on your report, we will reach out to you on that information, either asking for clarification or asking for more information in order to approve your report as valid. Payment for this mystery shop, for the two stages, we will pay you $10 per valid report. Now, as I mentioned before, we often allocate these in batches. So for example, if you get 5 clubs to contact and you submit 5 valid reports, you'll be paid $50. All right, so the criteria of your mission. To begin with, this is if we allocate you a phone inquiry. So to begin with, you will make a direct call to the club on one of the days and windows of time that the human experience team have given you in your confirmation email. If necessary, you'll leave a voice message if no one is there to answer the phone, and give them 24 business hours to call you back. If you miss the club calling you back, then you need to call them back as soon as possible. If you miss that call, the onus is on you to connect with the club. If the club sends you a text message or email, do not respond. Wait for them to call you. If you left a voicemail and you have not heard from the club for 24 working hours, submit a screenshot of your call history, clearly showing when you made the call and clearly showing that no calls were received from that club, and submit your report. Now, just a note here, you'll hear me say this a lot, Saturdays and Sundays are not working days. So if you call up on a Friday and leave a message on a Friday, you need to give them until the Monday, because that's the next working day. All right, continuing on the phone inquiry. When you speak to the staff member, hopefully you get through straight away, you're going to inquire about pricing. That is the most common inquiry that prospective members make when calling around different gyms. When you speak to a staff member, you should be friendly, but let them take the lead. Answer their questions in a friendly manner and keep the answers as close to the truth as possible for you. If you were looking to join, what would your goals be, for example? When the staff member invites you into the club, book it in for the following working day. So remember, not Saturdays or Sundays. So if you're speaking to someone on a Tuesday, you're going to book it in for the Wednesday. Let them take the lead. Don't invite yourself in. If they don't invite you in, that the call can just end. Now, at this point, you're going to click Save and Resume on your report and come back to it when you're ready to complete stage 2. A note here, make a note, make a record somewhere else of the date and time you spoke to the staff member, as that's the one area of your partially submitted report that does not save. I've just made a note here, remember, Saturday and Sundays are not working days. So if at any point you're speaking to someone on a Friday, you're going to make the appointment for the Monday because that's the next working day. All right. Now, let's say we allocate you a web inquiry. So to begin with, you will need to make a web inquiry on one of the days and windows of time that our team have given you in your confirmation email. Please note that our team may direct you to make your web inquiry a specific way. They might get you to click Get Started or Membership Inquiry or Contact Us. Follow those instructions. If no specific instructions are given, make the web inquiry using any one of these buttons on the website. Then you do need to take a screenshot of your web inquiry and the confirmation page showing that the inquiry was submitted. Both need to be uploaded with your report. If you do not hear from the club within 24 working hours of submitting your web inquiry, submit a screenshot of your call history showing that no calls were missed or received from the club and submit your report along with the screenshots of showing that you did actually make the inquiry. Again, remember, Saturday and Sundays are not considered working days. All right, continuing on with that web inquiry. So you've made the web inquiry and hopefully the club should call you back very quickly. You're going to answer this call. If you miss a club calling you back, call them back as soon as possible. If the club sends you a text message or email, do not respond. We want to wait for them to call you. When you speak to the staff member, again, inquire about pricing. When you do speak to them, be friendly, but let them take the lead. Again, answer all the questions in a friendly manner and keep your answers as close to the truth as possible. When the staff member invites you into the club, book it for the following working day. Let the staff member take the lead. Don't invite yourself in. Same as with the phone inquiry, click Save and Resume on your report and come back to it when you're ready to complete stage 2. Make a record somewhere else of the date and time you spoke to the staff member, as this is the one area of your partially submitted report that does not save. All right, so stage 2 is the missed appointment stage, and this stage is the same whether you made a phone inquiry or a web inquiry. First of all, you're going to check whether you receive any confirmation of your appointment that morning, a call, a text, or an email. Now, when you miss the appointment, you should receive a phone call within 1 hour of not showing up for your appointment. Please make yourself available to receive this call. If you miss this call, or say you're on another phone call and you miss the call the club back. In preparation for the call, please have your mystery shopping report open and have a prepared response to why you haven't shown up for the appointment. Please be sure to mix up the reason why you didn't make it. It might be that, oh, you completely forgot, or you got called into work, or you had to care for your child, or you had to, whatever it might be, but mix those reasons up. Do not commit to another appointment. If you haven't received a call within an hour, you're going to give the staff member 24 working hours after your missed appointment to call you. If you miss this call, call the club back. If 24 working hours have passed since your missed appointment, you can submit your report and answer no to all the questions in this stage 2. Stage 1 and stage 2 of the report is now complete and you're ready to hit submit and you're done. Again, I'm just a reminder, Saturdays and Sundays are not working days. So a few final notes about these mystery shops. Read through the online questions before you complete each stage to ensure you have the questions fresh in your mind. Then complete the report as soon as possible once that stage 2 is complete. Now, after you've watched this training video, you'll do a quick knowledge check. Assuming you do well in the knowledge check and we can allocate you the mystery shop, that's when you'll get sent that online report that you can check out. When filling in your report, please give us comments that are objective and tell us the story of what happened. We do not want you to judge or criticize, and we actually don't even want your opinion. We simply need you to run through what happened so the report can be used as an objective coaching tool. Make sure you get the names of every staff member you interact with. Don't be afraid to ask for the staff member's name if you missed it. I tend to ask for that towards the end of the call so it's not too obvious. You will be asked to upload screenshots of your web inquiry and any calls that you make, miss, or receive from the club or don't ever receive. So the sooner you submit your report when it's due, the easier it is to find these calls in your phone to take a screenshot of. All right, and that's it. So now you just need to complete the quick knowledge check that will run through some questions about this training to ensure you are comfortable with the requirements. Thank you so much for jumping on to do this training today. Don't forget, do the knowledge check and send our team a quick email when you're done, and hopefully we'll be able to allocate you some mystery shops with Anytime Fitness. Bye for now.